Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking to you about how to access RStudio via the Bowdoin virtual desktop option. And I'll show you how to log in to the Cisco AnyConnect VPN and make sure that you can access RStudio remotely from anywhere in the world. First of all, I want to remind you where you can find our R assignments. So we have 5 R assignments for the semester, and they'll be during the first 5 weeks of the course. So it's really important that when you come to class on Friday for the first week of the course, you've got yourself access to RStudio. Otherwise, you are going to probably be a little confused. If you need to chat before Friday, please get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to help you. So we can go to our Biology of Marine Organisms Blackboard page and open up our side menu and click on Assignments. And if we scroll down, we'll find a folder for our R assignments. So here's R programming assignments and all of the details associated with those R programming assignments. So I'm going to talk through this really quick, and then we'll click on this link and go into the folder where you can see all of the assignments. After that, I will show you how to access your Cisco AnyConnect VPN client and how to use that to access rstudio.bowdoin.edu. All right, so our programming assignments, they are designed for basically to be a 5-week crash course in how to do basic data visualization, data manipulation, and statistics in R. And I could teach multiple semesters worth of classes on just how to be better at R and how to learn and use R for ecology and biological sciences, but that's not what this class is about. We are going to use this as a tool to help you learn data analysis, and it's one thing that's going to take the place of our lab. So because we can't do dissections and form and function and go out into the field, we are instead going to learn this other really awesome transferable skill, which is programming. So for those of you who are quantitative and interested in programming, this is going to be great. For those of you who this is very scary for, don't worry. We're going to make it as straightforward as possible, and it is not going to your ability to complete every task that we are assigning you in R is not going to kill your grade if you struggle. But also, if you are struggling, there's going to be plenty of people to help you. Both of the TAs are pretty good with R, and you can always talk to me. So don't be afraid to reach out if you are struggling in this arena. So what we're going to do is every week for the first 5 weeks, we are going to complete an R assignment. We're going to do this. I'm going to introduce the concepts and walk you through some of the basic programming stuff that you're going to need to do for your assignment every Friday in our synchronous class. So on the first Friday of the semester, I will be spending 45 minutes or so walking you through an intro to R, and then you'll be on your own to complete an intro to R assignment, which will be due the following Friday at midnight. So you have a week and a couple of hours to complete your R programming assignments from the day that we discuss them in class, okay? So you can see at the bottom of this R programming document here that there's a schedule. So our first week, we have class on the 4th, and you'll learn about Intro to R, and then you'll have your Intro to R assignment will be due on the 11th, which is the following Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so the whole objective here is to teach you how to do stuff in R and apply your statistical knowledge that you're going to learn to ecological data and analyze data and produce results. So this is going to help you develop a more critical eye for what other people are doing in their papers and what all of that might mean. And it's also going to help you build out a really nice tool set that you can then use in your future career. If you're going to do anything in the biosciences, being able to program is so helpful. Okay, so each week for the first 5 weeks, I'm going to do a basic walkthrough of a concept in R. I'm going to do some coding. I'm going to show you how to do some coding, and I'm going to leave you with a bunch of example code. And then you're going to spend some time on your own or with partners or friends or whatever in the class working through these assignments. And then you're going to generate a document that you'll send to me, and I will show you how all of that works in class on Friday. So the grading for this is going to be essentially grading for credit. I know that you're new to R, almost certainly, and that you've probably never done this before, or even maybe done anything like this. If you can complete all of the aspects of the assignment in some way, you're going to get full credit. If you struggle through the assignment and you show me that you tried, I'm probably still going to give you full credit. If you write this off and don't try very hard, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to get a poor grade on your R assignments, and you may also struggle with your other assignments. So your major projects are all going to be based on data analysis. So there's a couple of skills that are essentially required for you to learn through R. And again, I know that might sound a little bit harsh, but I want to remind you that I am here to help you, and I'm happy to help you at any time with your R needs. So please get in touch with me or with the TAs, and we can work this out. We can figure this out for you. So what do you need to do this stuff? You do not need to download R or RStudio to your computer. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But because I know some of us are going to be working with iPads, and maybe that's all you've got, you're going to be able to access R through a virtual desktop, basically through the cloud, through bowdoin, which allows you to do R programming on your iPad if you want. R is best, and programming in general is best done on a computer, so a laptop or a PC or whatever you've got. But if all you have is your iPad, then that's fine too. And if you are struggling with technology needs, please get in touch with me and we can work something out. So what you need for this is you have to have a Cisco AnyConnect VPN client, which you can get off the Bowdoin website. And then you just need to try to log into rstudio.bowdoin.edu. And you can do that with your Bowdoin password. I'll show you how that works in just a minute. Optionally, you can have access to Bowdoin Microwave. I talked about this in an earlier video. This is so you can have file storage if you want it on the cloud. I don't particularly care how you store your files as long as you can generate a document to turn in. It's all good. And then another option, again, is to download R and RStudio for yourself. That'll give you a little bit more flexibility with it. You can do stuff offline. So folks that have computers that are not using iPads to do this work, you are welcome to download and use R and RStudio. If you're struggling with how that works, please just get in touch with me and I can help you do that. Okay. So before I teach you the technical stuff about how to access the rstudio.bowdoin.edu, first I want to remind you that we are in our assignments tab on Blackboard. We found our programming assignments. Here's the details of the assignment. We can click on this folder, and there is already posted the code for the first 5 weeks of class. So I'm going to open one of these just to show you what it looks like. Cool. So you can see that it's a nice printed HTML. So it's a website that I built. And I'm going to teach you all how to do this too. This is a nice little skill. And you can see that we start with our learning objectives, and then there's links to some additional resources that might help you. And then we've got our different sections that I'm teaching you how to do stuff with, and you can scroll through all these different options to see various amounts of code and outputs. And we're going to walk through that when we get to class. So don't stress about that too much. Okay. So you can see that I've already got the whole assignment ready for you each week. And this is where you'll go to turn in your projects too. You'll click Intro to RStudio, and then you can turn in your submitted file, which is probably going to be a PDF. And I'll show you how to make that as we go forward. Okay, so now I want to show you how to access the Cisco AnyConnect VPN client, get it set up, and access rstudio.bowdoin.edu. So I'm going to minimize my screen, and I'm going to do a new share. So welcome to my actual desktop. This is a photo of Mount Fuji, which is super awesome. So on Windows, and this is going to be different on Mac, but on Windows, I can click. Let me just make sure I'm only sharing. Let me make sure I'm only sharing one screen, sorry. That way it doesn't take up a ton of space for y'all. Okay. I'm going to go down to my bottom right bar, show hidden icons, and there's my Cisco AnyConnect, and then that pops up. Another option is I can go here and type Cisco AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client. If you're on a Mac, you can go to your Finder and find this little symbol for Cisco AnyConnect, or you can type and search in Finder for Cisco AnyConnect. And then it's going to pop out this little guy here, and it's going to, since I downloaded it from Bowdoin's website, already be trying to connect me as a VPN to bowdoin.edu. And what this means is that it's basically going to make it so that I look like I am on campus's wireless or campus's internet, which will mean I have access to all of the files that you can only access if you're on campus, like your microwave or rstudio.bowdoin or the science library, things like that. So this VPN is really helpful. We're going to connect to it, and it's going to ask us for two things. It's going to ask us for a password. So the first thing that's going to be here is your username for your Bowdoin account. The second thing you enter is your password for your Bowdoin account. And then the second password, you're going to get off of Duo. So hopefully you all have done this before. If not, you're going to need to download this as well. But off the Duo mobile app, you can see maybe that I've got this Bowdoin College bit on my Duo app. So I'll click on that. Ooh, ooh. And then there's a number that pops up right there. So that 6-digit number is password number 2. So I'm going to enter that. And that okay, so that password does change like every 30 seconds. So it's important to enter that pretty quickly. Okay, so once I've done that, I can hit OK. And you can see that I'm establishing my VPN, and now I'm connected to bowdoin.edu. So I will open up my browser again, and I'll change my sharing privileges so that you can only see that, so it's not confusing. And I'll type in, go to a new window, and I'll type in rstudio.bowdoin.edu. You can see that I've been there already. And then it'll ask me to sign into RStudio. And what I'll do is I'll enter my Bowdoin username and my Bowdoin password and click sign in, at which point I will be in R. It might take a minute for it to load. That's no big deal. Boom, here we are in R. And this is all going to look confusing and mean nothing to you for now, but make sure you can get to this place. It's probably going to look a little bit different for you because you haven't been using it. But I promise I will teach you how this works on Monday or on Friday when we talk about this project and we get started. Okay? So if you have any questions about this before our Friday class on the 4th of September, wow, please just get in touch with me and I'm happy to help you out.